Greetings. Join us on this broadcast. All right, today is we have the energies for Anunnaki moon. We'll see where that turns into, and we'll go back into the Orion connections. That seem to get a pretty good. I imagine a good response was so people trying. It's a little bit weird to decipher the whole thing, but either way, it's pretty intense, at least on my side. So I think it's helpful in the wrong run. I'm going to keep diving into that realm. So, yeah, recently, no, they're talking about the virus being made. It was on Fox News about the virus being made in a lab, and the lady that works like in a high tech place, I think it's Hong Kong, and she had evidence of it, and I mean, at least it was on Fox News, at least. And then Fox News mentioned about aliens on Venus. That was mentioned. That's kind of old news now, but that's still, I mean, it's progress. As on mainstream media, they're talking more about aliens, just saying the word. I mean, it's baby steps. It's very small steps, but it's something. I mean, they didn't do that before. They never said anything before. I mean, every once they might say it as a joke. This is more taken seriously, but yeah, you just got to take, everything takes time. So a long time, but it's progress. So, of course, not only the aliens are going to be able to fix it. I mean, we have to fix it ourselves, but a lot of these manipulations, I believe, are going to start lifting up, releasing. I'm not sure when. Not all of them, but I believe we're going to get more of an idea of where things are going. So, definitely after the election. There's so many blockages right now. So, just a ride until we get there. So, just real quick here. This is TimeandTower.com at private sessions. Google Hands. Channeling my phone. Yeah, can't speak. I'm on the 8th of September. Same situation here. This is a new setup here. So far, so good. You can also sign up for the webinar, social network, Rabbit, and early access. Some information that will be on the main channel. I just haven't gotten to it. It takes time to put much of this together. So, all right. We also have the mentorship on Sunday, and that video, if I can get it together fast enough, will be done this Wednesday or next Wednesday. So it'll be public. So, all right. Okay, we're going to Anunnaki. I was going to do connect to Anu. That's the father of Enki, and take things, get his perspective. Like he has something to say. And we're going to the Orion Counsel, Unhinged. Was it Undisclosed? Yeah. It's more about the Orion Council, but it might have some Egypt stuff there. So we'll see. We'll see all together. Okay, blessings. Here we go. Greetings to you. I am Anu. Greetings to you. Your planet. This is a created for NASA. NASA, as you know, is an alien entity. Much of it is a Palladian vibration. The Anunnaki moon, you can say, is a symbol, but also is where we store our information. Your moon and your sun has a great alien knowledge, of course. Your moon is a little bit easier to access. Of basically your Earth's history, the timelines of your Earth are within your moon vibrations. And there are other moons that have not made themselves known. Yes, there are rock formations. Yes, there have been moons that have hit your planet in your past and your ancient times, yes. Much of it is in your seafloor at this moment. So it's all symbolism, as you know. It is where we store our power, our knowledge. Instead of seeing a city, an ancient dwelling, ancient Atlantis, it's in a symbol instead to access. So it's all on how you access information. Even realize a lot of the information here that's said right now, even your elites, your Illuminati don't even have. They have fragments, but they don't have everything. That's why channelers are quite important. Even everything's important. But channel information is important. It's we say it's sacred to some, as there is clues there. Some just disregard channeling altogether, which is fine. But many want hard evidence because that's an easier sell. A spiritual sell is not so easy. There are multiple realities, but but it is the fourth dimension. Everything that's channeled has a place in your universe. So it might not pertain to your reality, but it does have a place somewhere. So as you go deeper into your consciousness, just the fourth dimension knowledge in general, it all matters. Just connecting to the fourth dimension, allowing more those researchers, there's nothing wrong with them, but they're very focused on the physical. Like I said, it's an easier sell. It's like driving a Model T car. The old, it's accepted now. But if you want we're not making our analogies very well, but very good, but your channeling energies, or much of your is like your spiritual internet. Let's put it that way. You want to dial modem of your physical, or you want something a little bit different. Yes, you might not be able to access all of its truths just yet, but there is a lot of knowledge here to pertain through other channelers all through the world. As yes, it's pieces of your puzzle. And some are connected to Anunnaki deeply, and others are outside. It's like we're not getting involved with any of that. Because the magic of the Anunnaki goes very deep, goes in deep into the heart chakra. Chakra carries the heart chakra, depending on what you're speaking of, is one of your most powerful. Well, it is one of your most powerful chakras, or the chakra to connect with. We say that's your center. That's what was developed first, and everything else was developed afterwards. It is your power conductor. It keeps you going, and your soul does connect to it, of course. It does connect to your physical self. We are learning from the demonic realms of this planet. Realize the demonic realms of this world are not just from other planets, a lot from different dimensions. Other universes are here through your lower realms. And there are dimensions where there are demonic universes where it's all demonic energy altogether. As some of you have been there and you know it. So fragments of other universes are here. and your universe is a piece of it. It is allowing that to be brought up. So there is a positive side, of course, too. The positive side of other universes comes from your sun. So it's always not. It's like a library is always it's knowledge. This universe is a library, but there are other libraries everywhere. So as you go up the dimensions, it looks more easier to access. You're on just on one little planet, a little planet compared to the whole picture. But many of you are shifting out of that small picture. As you open up more to the universe, the more universe starts speaking to you. As that would become the normal energies. Your television, your fiction is a doorway into your universe, as many of you know, into other realities, other dimensions. It's kind of like the preview of what's to come. So there might be a manipulation there to a certain degree, but it's also knowledge there. You know there's something there for you. It's to give you a fourth dimension little kick into what's to come. Because a lot of this is going to come through fiction. It has to prepare the soul to what you're capable of. So it's like now, you're living in a science fiction movie. Well, where did that science fiction come from? Your past. So it's just they have to build stepping stones for you. And eventually they'll have more alien disclosure in your fiction too, to prepare you for what's to come. And it won't be a disaster either. Also give you more understanding of where you're going. So channeling the future, there's nothing wrong. Alien disclosure, there's nothing wrong with it. You're putting that vibration out, and the Earth's consciousness will pick up on it and share it with others on a broader scale. Yes, it is small steps, but necessary, because then you know as a human, it can get quite intense in the higher dimensions that many of you have picked up on. And most of society is open to it, but doesn't understand it. Many of you are still here to understand a great deal. So that window is open to your universe, as you were saying. Us as Anunnaki are, yes, we have been fooled with as you have been. We don't always see the full picture. Nobody does. Yes, and we are drama queens. Yes, some of us are, not all. Well, we have a male and female vibration. Of course, we're learning from each other, and through drama, we do so. We just get lost in each other's energies in our lives. We're learning. We're just like you in so many ways. You've learned from us, and we're learning together at this time. Yes, you are coming into a time where gender is no longer going to be that important. It's becoming more of a commodity, and it's going to get looser and looser on your planet. Yes, the male is, yes, the most beautiful woman in the world. Of course, when they change genders to female. And so there's a lot of gender swapping here. Well, we maximize the energies of the universe. It's another way of balancing all the chemical connections you are with different beings. Not a lot of the beings that you're connecting to. Syrians and Pleiadians have dealt with it, but Arcturians have, and many other alien species have not had this type of sexual revolution as you're going through. I mean, yeah, insects have, reptilians have to a certain degree, but you are bringing more of that less of the divide between the two sexes, and also, yes, so male and female can actually connect with each other even better, and where you're not that much different. There's differences, but there's still a divided line between the two, as you know. There's a warfare going on here, of course. The divide will be healed. as you're not worrying about the male and female element anymore. I mean, yes, you'll recognize that you will choose which one you want it to be, but become less of a stress in one's life. You just let it fluid, change your genders like you change clothes. Some will, not all. It's just your world's not quite comfortable with it yet. Once your world becomes more comfortable with gender, you can say the war is over on your planet. Greetings. This is Orion, an aspect of Orion. I was here a few days ago. Greetings to your survivalists, humans, your time traveling human. Yes, there is a great amount of reptilian manipulation on your planet. Yes, that comes from your royalty. Your royalty is a victim of its own success. As for genetic line, it is falling apart. That's why it gets more dramatic within itself. It's actually losing power, losing control over itself, as you have heard recently. It goes much more. There's also signs of their demise, at least in your royals, eventually. There are cracks there. It won't fully go away, but you feel like the vibrations, it's up to humanity to let go of the old control systems. As it's like having a microwave that's 100 years old. Eventually, you have to get rid of it. And a major timeline will come in when a lot of these power structures are no more. You're coming into a time of releasing your old power structure. A major one is on its way. We have to be a little bit cryptic about some of this because you're a mainstream human. Your platforms are so censored with draconian manipulations. The truth hurts them. It's like losing a child. It is an Anunnaki system, yes. Orion does play a big role of, well, it's an Anunnaki DNA, but an Orion grid created for your royalty. A chair to sit on, a throne over the people. Orion has the same thing. Orion Council, you can say, split apart. It was once very positive, but then they got blind. Well, as many of you know, well, what happened is Orion was a very peaceful place at one time, and still is, but it got lazy, got bored, and stopped growing. So other beings moved in and brought in their knowledge that was to take over it because they saw all this beautiful enchantedness there and made it theirs. And yes, they did move to Sirius. They conquered many places of the Pleiades, everywhere actually, at least certain sectors of it. Sirius was at a weak point because Sirius is going through a great amount of wars. It was creating a great deal. A lot of God energy was there of creation of your Egyptian vibrations, and that was the perfect one of the perfect masks to bring to your Earth to hide behind. A throne. It wasn't always that way. It was of a spiritual center at one time. Your pyramids of use were positive and negative all through the universe. Here it was brought to, so it was a neutral creation, basically. It was a healing energy at the beginning, as some of you know. And then it became more of a vaporizing souls energies, shutting down your third dimension also. As what the Orions know of those that hijacked your planet felt they hid behind the pharaohs. So your pharaohs, of course, were a puppet regime just like yours. The money changers are your Orion group. Of course, even there, they still keep themselves hidden. So say you're bankers, but also behind your bankers, like a shadow group behind with no name at all. As some of you know. Some of you have been there. Their Knights Templar is to bring it back to life, at least a part of it, once a lot of it was lost. The Knights Templar wanted to just get rich, yes, but they wanted to be their own elite. And they had a lot of the powers of the elite themselves. You can say they broke apart. They were kind of rebels, got thrown out, and wanted to create their own little regime. And they did, and then they failed. Long story on that. So the reason we are here, for you to unlock your connections with the universe. A lot of Orion beings are in Orion right now. Yes, watching your world as we speak. Always. I wouldn't say on big monitors, but they're watching it. Programming your media from far away. And yes, it is possible to do that. As you look more fourth dimensionally, you'll see who's behind the facade. There's many layers there. That's why your world is so dense. That's why it's hard to think here. They don't want you to see what's going on, of course. They don't want you to think clearly. So, of course, they're going to open up the lower astral realms to keep you not with yourselves, not yourself. It's kind of like, yes, choking the spirit world, you can say, or the spirit inside of you. As some of you can probably feel that. Even those, as high vibrational as you get, it does feel kind of claustrophobic, doesn't it? You feel like there's something kind of holding you down. Not physically, but your dense energies, yes, of course, go into your governments to continue that. You call it normal. All of this is called normal. Your media does it, but your government does it even better because they enforce the laws to keep you where you're at. So to heal this is to acknowledge your world has been hacked. Basically. It's the inner wovings of it. It's like going under the sheets and seeing who is there. And some of you might get psychically attacked, mentally, physically, possibly. But many of you can handle it. There's many layers. To reach the Orion Council, the realms of Orion, is no easy. It all goes down to DNA, why you were shut down to begin with. Now, technically, you could have been just left the way you were, but you were not controllable. So you can say Anunnaki was forced to shut you down. But by who? Mostly by us. They didn't have much of a choice. Now, others might question that, which is fine. Some beings like to take credit for others' work. That's fine. But at least it leads to a different possibilities. There are different realities where different beings are doing different things. So everyone's connected to a different reality. Yes, it does. Your shutdown goes down to also your Jesus, which Jesus was used against your society. At least the power of it. There's a lot of manipulation. Yes, you don't think we just bring these things in just for there's a lot of manipulation. I mean, if you're a poster boy of the church, yes, there is something else going on. I just said Jesus didn't have positivity, but who was orchestrating it? As your pastors that are very popular today. It's all orchestrated and unraveling. So many don't want to truly see that or feel it. But some of you feel as like, yeah, your world is, you have to like take your reality, every freaking thing you've experienced, and all the popular and just throw it all out and just say, is this all just a game? Yes, it is. But how many are willing to just take your entire reality and just throw it out? And just, you want to see who's truly running your show. Because all these things are put in your realities of your past, your current. It's just, yes, to deceive you. So if you just mentally just remove it all and just, okay, so if all of this just is a giant scam, to pull on your vibration, and that's what it is. Yes, you are a battery, and they're just sucking on you. For you to figure that out, though. And that, I mean, you want to open up your matrix. You want to see through it or know it. Well, you gotta have to hit the delete button, basically. Which isn't easy, but it can be done. So, and others have their own. Everybody has their own version of everything. We can't go into every version of everyone's perspective, but we just use the ones that are popular today. Well, some don't always want to see the truth either. They want to just feel like they're in this prison. There's nothing you can do. There is much you can do. Just have to, just take your reality and just shove it, basically. Your Earth's past and just say it's all just a giant game show. And that's when things will start to open up for you. And which, like I said, is not the easiest thing to do at this time. And then your masterpiece, your master class will start to come in more clearly. But it is all part of the plan. Yes, your third dimension is just a show, as you know. But not many have really been able to just release it. Because the fourth dimension's always here. And all of you are in the fourth dimension. It's just you can't always access it. Accessing it, because you have this program right in front of you. It's like turning off the hologram, as many of you know. But how to do it, you've heard about it, there's a similar, yada, yada, yada. But how to deactivate is a whole other story. How to do that's up to you. But mentally, you can just say this whole thing is just a big joke, basically. It just has to pull your vibrations to suck on humans' energy from spirit to test you. You are learning lessons here, yes, but some of the lessons you don't really need to learn. It is strengthening your soul. It's another way of keeping you here. Oh, this is just the way it is, and just live it. But some of you can start pushing away all of this nonsense. It's basically when you're ready to come out and see what really is happening here. It's like you're ready to leave the movie theater and see what the real world is like. It's going to happen gradually, of course. And that's when your third eye opens up gradually. Yeah, this whole show, the Mayan calendar, all of this, it was all just to keep you here sustained. So you can just infiltrate the spirit world. Take the energies from the spirit world. Take the talents. Take it somewhere else. Take your talents. Take that somewhere else. But now you're here to figure that out. This is actually a hijacking of the spirit world. It has something to do about you, but it all has to do about the spirit world, accessing the spirit world as an alien energy. Alien beings that are not very friendly, accessing your spirit world. Creating a world, or world's already created, but manipulating your planet, manipulating your spirit world, and just taking souls over to do their bidding, take a soul from the spirit world, put them through hell, make them one of ours, control another planet, go on and on. Another way of looking, this is where our soldiers come from, one of the places. As many are very immune to darkness here, not everybody, but many of you are waking up. It's a very dark world in your politics. Everybody's yelling at each other. which four dimensional beings love. Yeah, you create your soldiers here. Go take over other planets to manipulate their foot soldiers that are creating here. Others come here to keep you here. So, but you're not always realize what this place is creating. Yeah, you're creating menace to society for other planets. So, yes, it's a lot to take in. Now, will Orion beings start showing themselves? Possibly. Possibly. As an alien form, possibly. Depends on how many are. It's up to debate right now. Because some of you can handle it. It might happen in your mind's eye. It might not happen on a world stage. But some of you are here and have you have no idea what you're here for. You're aliens. You're waiting for all this to happen. Yada yada yada. But actually, a lot of you here are just to unlock your planet, as you know. Well, how does one do that exactly? I believe some of you are understanding that. And yes, we're talking cryptic and all that. But really, what the Orions are doing, it's not just to take over your planet. Your world is just a master plan to, yes, screw with the spirit realms. That's really what it comes down to. And do as we please to take over other planets. And this world is a pretty, many souls are being changed for the better, but others are being created to be freaks, as many of you know. So it's like rehabilitating, but also creating a monster at the same time. One gets rehabilitated, another one's, we got another. So, which is called suicide. So, yes, it might be a little bit difficult for some to dive into, but yes, there's a lot of heavy energies here, of course. We're here to understand your realities, but we're giving you some pieces to your puzzle. It's up to you. It's all in the mind's eye once again.